What if I told you there is a magical 500-meter boardwalk hidden off the Kenyan coast, built by local women to guard coral forests that turn into stone? Here, trees grow out of corals, and that is not all. There is more behind it. The biggest surprise is in the ancient coral or the coastal mangrove trees. It's who built it, why they built it, and why their story into doing this will break your heart and lift your spirit. Before we begin our tour, I here do request you that you widely watch and share this video to create awareness, as together we can change lives. We need millions of people to visit Wasini Mangrove Boardwalk and Coral Garden to support the women, the children, the marginalized community, and tourism. Although we arrived late and failed to get the women in action, you won't believe what we stumbled onto. Watch until the end and see why these women deserve our assistance. Come support them, and it's not for free. These women will make your day. Activities they offer beyond here include taking a walk on a 500-meter boardwalk while enjoying the wonders of nature, learning about mangrove identification and the different species found here, fossil coral exploration, bird watching, walking in the mud, exploring and searching for the big 7 animals found in this natural attraction, and more, all for a small fee, which is then used to conserve mangrove and corals, assist take children to school, help and develop the community, and provide medicine and other items to the hospital. The women and the locals depend on this mangrove boardwalk and coral garden to change their lives. We came late when the tides were high and immediately noticed this phenomenon at this coral garden leading into the fascinating mangrove forest. Now, if you don't blink, you'll get it. If you do, you might miss it. Look carefully on the ground past the seaweeds. Notice how water is flowing towards us. As the tide returns, the whole coral garden fills, turning the previously coral dry garden to a coral wet garden. Just a few minutes ago, I was walking on a slightly muddy coral ground. A few moments later, I am forced to remove my shoes and walk through incoming waters, which once still become so clear. This transformation happens in minutes. I don't have an idea where the water came from, but in the evening, the tide gets high and this coral garden fills up quick, and the seaweed, which is vegetable at Wasini, disappears until the next day. Hapa mboga inaoshwa kila siku inakuwa safi. You will see later in the video what I mean. It's a phenomenon. With the water filling up during the high tides, accessing the coral garden and mangrove forest becomes a challenge, but the women here had a solution to it. In 1978, they built a boardwalk in partnership with Kenya Wildlife Service and funded by the European and Kenyan government. The women at Wasini began a biodiversity conservation program with the aim of generating income while preserving the giant coral rocks and the mangrove forest on the island. If you have heard legends of coral turning into stone, this is where you can experience it. Apparently, it's a real thing. From the boardwalk, you can easily experience the rich ecosystem. The birds have turned the coral garden into their hunting ground. The tidal water beneath the boardwalk, the ancient coral that stand up to 3 meters tall, as well as some mangrove trees, which also grow as high as 3 meters. The boardwalk provides access to a unique ecosystem which allows visitors to appreciate the beauty and importance of the mangrove forest and coral garden while inhaling the fresh, salty air from the atmosphere. These rocks you see all over the place are actually real animals that have turned into stone over a very long period of time. In this famous coral garden, there are different kinds of corals, just as there are different mangrove tree species. If you are keen enough, just notice how trees can be seen growing on the corals. This is symbiosis at its best. Before you ask yourself how a tree can grow on a rock, let me explain in detail. First, you have to know that coral rocks do always transport water through capillary action, hence providing a source of moisture for living organisms. So, once a seed lands on the rock and it falls into the cracks and fissures of the coral rocks, either be it by bird pollination or air pollination, the seeds easily germinate within the rock crevices and the roots easily penetrate through the coral cracks, anchoring themselves somewhere in the coral. Here is what happens next. Fungi from the tree break down the corals, releasing nutrients for the tree to use. As the tree grows, its roots further fracture the rock, creating more space for roots to grow and access nutrients. It's time to experience how trees can live submerged in water for more than 12 hours every day. Stay with me as I tell you some secrets and stories about some of the mangrove trees found here. The Wasini Boardwalk provides an excellent opportunity to observe different mangrove species and learn about their unique adaptations to the coastal environment. Some of the mangroves found here include the Rhizophora macronata, which is known for its tilt-like prop roots that help support the tree in the intertidal zone. Another species is the Avicennia marina, which is characterized by its aerial roots that allow it to breathe in oxygen-poor, muddy environments. And there is also the Brugueria gymnorrhiza, which also has tilt roots and is a common species found here. Before this project, most locals used to use mangroves as firewood or building house and boat materials. This has been discouraged over the years, and today, most locals are encouraged to use casuarina trees to build instead. This has in turn rescued coral while assisting the population of 3,000 people living on Wasini Island, which measures about 5.5 kilometers long and 2.5 kilometers wide. From my observation, this island has been largely cut off from the other parts of the country, and the government seems to have neglected the Wasinians, who only received electricity 3 months ago, yet the year is 2025. You need to come down here, watch the dolphins, and later come support this project, as it serves as both an ecotourism attraction and a conservation project. The mangroves and the coral garden are very important to the people of this area. This area is like a living painting, rich birdlife hunting in coral gardens, shrimp on muddy ground with seaweed, trees growing on coral rocks, the coral garden itself, the mangrove forest, the rising tide, walking on a 500-meter boardwalk that circles the mangrove forest, and more. It's just beautiful how the mangrove coexists with the corals.
anafunga chef anakuwa hata simu yangu
When we came in, you must have noticed that the garden was not full of water. Check the difference now that we are here. Check how the water has filled the garden. This is what happens during the high tides. The landmass gets filled with seawater, which covers the coral gardens. It's mind-boggling where this water comes from, as during low tides, the coral garden has no water. When coming to Wasini, do wear suitable clothing so as not to offend the strong Muslim community. 98% of the locals living in Wasini are Muslims. When you come early enough, before 4 p.m, there is also a curious shop started by the Wasini women. From it, you can also support them by buying their products. It's time to go back. Allow me to show you how we came to Wasini. See how we go out in style. But before we leave and bid you goodbye, the women in Wasini and I need your help. Share widely this video to create awareness and have millions of people visit Wasini, Mangrove, Boardwalk and Coral Garden to support the women community and tourism. Please also support us. Support this channel by liking this video, commenting on it, sharing it and subscribing to our channel so we travel to more places together. We have more videos of Wasini Island coming up. If you want to find out about more hidden gems here, subscribe and hit the notification bell so we're just getting started. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.